I would like to welcome everyone to this short video from me, Remedy. I would like to create a comic book someday, and as you all know, you need OCs for that. So this is why I wanted to create this little mini-series on my channel, Meet My OC. And today we are going to start this off with my main character, Wolfgang. So in the footage in the background you can see how I draw my main character. This is just a very quick sketch, mind you, so this isn't really the full application of my skill set, and this isn't the absolutely final design for my main character. However, it is somewhat representative of him, so yeah, you can take everything by face value, I would guess. Short disclaimer, English is not my mother tongue and I'm not really that fluent in this language, so please excuse my rather German accent. Without further ado, let's start this video off, shall we? At the start of my book, Wolfgang is only 7 years old, and at the time when the time skip happens, he is 20 years old. And in the middle part of the third arc, he has birthday and is 21 years old, so I'm gonna consider him a 21-year-old, so like an adult in every part of the world. For the longest time, Wolfgang is gonna stay my main character, however, Maxwell is gonna accompany him in this position. My comic book is actually gonna start with the enslavement of this poor boy, and he's gonna be enslaved for like 6 or 7 year old until his 21 years birthday. So he is in enslavement for about 15 years, which surely leaves some damage on his psyche, and he is a pretty damaged person mental wise, but the enslavement has made his body pretty strong. He had to do pretty hard work, so he has some muscles. Let's put it like that. His personal arc is about helping other people's and especially learning to love himself, because he has no self-esteem, and as anyone who has to be a slave for 15 years, he has pretty severe depression, which is the first point of his character development, so expect him to be pretty changing suspect throughout this whole story. His fighting style is completely based around shield techniques, so he only uses shields after the third arc, and this is gonna stay until the very end. And yeah, you can guess, at first at least, he is not very offensive and pretty much only defense oriented. But don't worry, he is gonna be a badass and he can take many enemies on his own. He's not quite OP, but he is pretty strong. His main purpose, however, is the tactician. When he joins the group in which he will be for the longest time, he is gonna be thrown into some peoples who just how shall I put it? They just go into battle without really thinking about it. They just go head on, which they realize really isn't that good of an idea, and Wolfgang is willing to help them, and he does a pretty good job at that. He pretty much becomes the father figure for Rosa, a pretty young girl who is an orphan and just sold flowers to get by somehow, and yeah, he pretty much becomes her father, not really not DNA wise, but like mental wise. And yeah, I wasn't really sure in the development of my plot, but I decided to make him gay, and I decided to make him gay with Maxwell, as you pretty early can guess will be teased. It's really obvious, but yeah, you will see that if you read my story. I really hope I covered everything worthwhile about my boy Wolfgang. So if you have any question about him or the story he's in, please leave a comment with some questions. I love to answer things about my story. And consider subscribing. I'm a new YouTuber. This was my first video ever made this decade. I was a Let's Player a long time ago, not a famous Let's Player. I had like 80 subscribers, which at least that, but still it wasn't really anything noteworthy. I am going to post pretty often from now on. I have quite a lot of spare time. Especially now I have 1 week of holidays, so I can make a few videos, maybe even every day, because like I have 1 hour to draw, something like that. This took me like exactly 56 minutes to record. It probably won't take that much that much time to edit it, especially my voiceover. This is not really a professional made voiceover. And well, if you like such content, please subscribe. So until next time, this was Remedy, signing off.